And hello. The best thing is you probably can't hear them because this is set up for TrueComp. So just give me a little second and I will get that sorted right away for you. How y'all doing? It's not that option. Bear with me. And in the click of a finger, when I find it on this list, it's a very long list, chat. You'll have to believe me. Where is it? Sorry, chat. Sorry. They can't hear you. God damn it, guys. I know we're mooted. I know I'm mooted. There it is. Sorry. Okay, they can hear you now.
Excellent.
Sorry.
I got nothing left to say.
No.
Thanks for the raid.
Hello.
IMT.
Sorry, chat. I have to switch over a voice input, and I have over 100 voice inputs now, thanks to the new wavelength. And trying to find the one that says Discord is now a task. True story.
Good technology. Technology that works.
Yeah.
Well,
Too well.
Yeah. Normally, we've been using a software called TrueComp, which has worked well, actually, generally speaking, for what we have needed it to do. And tonight, it didn't play ball. So thank you very much to Infinity for, at a drop of a hat, transferring us lock stock over to Discord.
It's fine.
He's
I like
damn
challenge.
good like that.
I like
He's damn
challenge.
good like that.
I am a god,
Yeah.
yes, thank you.
It's a thankless task.
You didn't say that. Oh, don't start that again. Don't start
I'll
that
tell
again.
you who needs to be murdered. It's those people that make TrueComp and
Yeah.
didn't get it right the first time.
That was cool.
Jeez.
That's quite scary.
200 followers. Oh.
Have we actually reached 200 followers then?
We have surpassed 200
Woo,
followers.
great.
No, mate.
And Ange was going to do something special if she was here, but she's not, so we're not. So carrying on. Right. Let's
Yeah,
just
guys.
get. Go on.
We're going to get it over and done with, are we?
Yeah, we're go- No, what? We're not doing a cry dance. No, chat doesn't deserve it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you, chat?
We get to 202. 202, and we'll
We're,
get
we're already at 202, mate.
All right, 210. There you go, 210. No.
Okay,
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Ooh.
There you go. There you go.
No,
That's the wrong
not
one.
Enough. It's not enough. It's not, right, guys. We're gonna. The next follow that we get, we'll do the dance.
Will we? We've already.
Yeah.
It's
I
time
need
to
to-
start creating those out accounts, folks.
Yeah. The next follow we get, you'll get to see what this is all about. And I can't see. Yeah. So anyway, the next follow we get. Wasting my time.
Well done, Ange,
Oh.
for managing to deal with that goal even when you're not here.
It's not a dance stream.
No dancer. Right. Quickly, we're already behind, guys, so we're going to run straight through. There's the calendar. It's a great calendar. The music's disappeared, but it's okay because you're looking at the calendar. Have you all memorized the calendar? I hope you've memorized the calendar because it's going in 10, 5,
Look at
2,
the last few lines.
one.
That's all that's left of the month.
and it's gone. Right, there you go. You saw the calendar. If you didn't miss that calendar, then come on into the IMT Discord. Links are in chat. Links are down below. Come into the Discord. Go to the calendar tab. Join the calendar tab. That's about it. One little thing I want to shout out before we get into it. IMT does not just play these sort of games. Did you know? We also play other games.
Tell us more. Tell us more, Infinity. Tell us more.
we have just we
That
same
sounds
thing
fabulous.
these days. Isn't
Now on with the show.
We also play other games, and we have created a Steam Discord, not Steam Discord, a Steam group. We've created a Steam group. If you want to come and join the Steam group and join us when we're playing random games, you never know. We might need a few more people to shoot in Barotrauma. Who knows? Or, play whatever games we're doing. Join us on that as well. If you're in the Discord, go over to the game room, which you've probably muted because you didn't like the spam that was in there a few months ago, right? Get the links in there. Also, if you go in the fun room, which you've also probably muted because, I'm pretty sure you've all muted everything because there's only the few people who spam the fun room.
Yeah, because nobody likes fun after all.
Spam some fun, guys. Come on. I want to see some fun memes. I go into the fun room and all it ever is Tony with cat pictures. Come on. Right. She's not here. It's not a cat stream. It's not a cat stream.
It's a cat stream. We've got a cat on the stream. It's
No,
literally
that does not make
stream.
it cat stream. Does not make it cat stream. Chat has not managed to gain the channel points to get the cat stream yet. See, look, the 3% of the goal to get cat stream. You guys clearly don't want a cat stream, otherwise it would be higher than 3%.
Imagine Starlord has realised that the Stargate channel is actually the new meme spamming channel. Anyway,
no, there's a rule in the Stargate channel. You can only
there's
meme
fuck all else
Stargate.
going on.
Communication.
I mean, it's unfortunate now that it's actually released.
It's
We
not
can't make
ended,
as
is
much
it?
fun
Is
of
it
it.
ended?
Ended?
Did the cat stream goal end? I thought it was still running.
Oh, it has ended. No,
Did it expire?
It was a
Oh.
million points, guys.
Let
It was
me
a million points.
It's all right. I'll keep it going. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting distracted now. Croy, you're running a game tonight, aren't you?
Listen, I am on my backup camera as well, which costs under £20 from Amazon. It has a ring light though, so look at it. I mean, it's also got autofocus that I can't turn off.
Don't knock it,
So-
mate. That's still more expensive than my primary camera.
Guys,
That's a subscriber,
No,
not a
doesn't
follow.
count. Doesn't count.
So it doesn't count. Doesn't count.
That was close.
Doesn't
for the
count.
sub though.
Right, there you go. You got another 30 days to get that cat goal. If you're actually interested and you want to see cat stream, make sure you use your channel points and donate towards the cat stream. Otherwise, there won't ever be a cat stream.
Okay.
And I
what
promise
do I
you,
do?
I promise
I
you,
want to know what.
if we
What do you win?
reach
What do you win?
the cat stream, we will all come on dressed as cats.
Or bring a cat.
Or we're all getting dressed
Bring
as
a
a cat.
cat to work.
That's
There you
pretty
go.
easy.
Yeah, Meemaw's
Over
already.
here.
Meemaw, you're already winning in this challenge. Yeah, we will all
Next
dress as
follow.
cats.
Next follow.
You heard it now.
We're gonna do the dance.
Uh-oh, somebody went there. Oh, no, somebody went there.
I know, Strain, you're
Yeah,
terrible,
Strain.
mate. You've
Strain.
lowered the tone of the IMT channel. How dare you?
Ow. Yeah. Yeah.
We thought we were going to be at a higher standard tonight without Ange saying pubes in the first second, but no, you've already ruined it.
Okay.
And if you missed that, head on over to the clips section in IMT.
Or just wait until...
And Ange is back on.
Yeah, you could do that. Or just wait until our anniversary stream, whenever that is.
Ooh,
and,
yes.
And you get to watch the clip.
Yep.
I mean, you forgot when your anniversary is.
Look,
Yeah.
Terrible.
stop trying to cause problems.
Right.
So
Have we
we're gonna do this. We're
Yeah,
gonna play this game, are we?
we're going to play this game. So without further ado, let's hand over to Cry.
Woohoo! Ladies and gentlemen, lads and lassies, we find ourselves in the midst of a dark tunnel with fog and mist enveloping the whole sides, apart from the floor, which is made of some wet stone. On the inside of this fog, it's black, it's misty, it does not smell, but it feels all very cold indeed. And yet the water is not frozen. There are lights passing distantly in the mist. Everybody apart from Moon sees these as white amongst the darkness. Moon, who has interfaced with these, who's had curiosity of a tabaxi allowed himself to see what these were. They were some form of memories, and they were floating towards. And as these shapes pass along the dark mist, one of the party, Moon, sees each one for what they are. And as interesting and as distracting as that is, the rest of the party continued onwards down this corridor, which indeed is the first circle of memories. They all gave up something, a piece of their mind, something that made them themselves. And there, they came to the end of the tunnel, and they saw what I hope you all see now on screen is a series of figures cast into some stone, and each head turned as they approach. Each head fixes their eyes upon one of the party and says, "Welcome. You each made it through the first circle, and you seek entry into the second circle. You are on your way to the Fortress of Memories, yes?"
Actually, we're here to see the Queen. But if that's where she is, then yes, I suppose we are.
You will yet be tested to find what it is that you have. Are
What?
you ready? Are you ready to walk through and find the door for the third?
Wait, so that's all we have to do is walk through. Well, that doesn't sound too hard of a test at all.
I mean, it definitely sounds a bit more productive than sitting here talking for the next 5 hours.
Yes. If you all would like now to pass through the doorway before you, then please do. It won't take much at all from you. Not much at all. The heads begin to dissolve into the shadow.
When you say
Small
take, do you mean possessions?
light appears in front of you and begins to increase its luminosity as it brightens entirely into your eyes. The black smoke that was there, the mist, the fog, it curls away, and you are left staring at the bright white light in front of you. I would like everybody to make a will save.
I said will again.
I said will again. I would like everybody to make a wisdom save, please. Everybody in the party.
No, well, Adric's lost it.
Oh, wait, the rest of that looking much better.
Good to see your rolls are on point tonight, guys. I love it.
What? Wait, what was
The
that
roll
out
20
of?
class.
What's that out of 20?
With a +2. Excellent. Excellent.
Well, Tanner, you got a lot of carrying today.
Someone turn on the light switch.
As the light clears, you transfer yourself into what looks to be a beach. A similar and familiar place. A familiar place of friendship. A familiar place of what happened when you were younger and carefree. A beautiful place. A place on Lantern. Your home. You're there, and yet you know you're not. But still you see before you your 5 friends. Each of them looking back at you. Adric, Moon, Tanner, Cookie, Ariel. You are looking at a very young version of Kai. You are looking through a very close to the ground view of Kai. Not the one that you are used to, but one that allows you to see eye to eye with him. And you're playing. Each of you playing in the sand. Kai, what's happening? What's the game that's being played? What's the event? Why are you down at this beautiful beach location?
Well, I guess this is from my memory that I donated at the exit for the first circle. This would be where we're a bunch of kids playing on the beach, like you're playing like pretend pirates invading the island, where you have like one or two of the kids like fighting off the rest with like sticks and like mock sword fights and a bit of chasing and that kind of.
Adric, you seem to be enjoying a relatively carefree existence as you're fighting a sword, you're smacking your friend over the head with a sword and then running away.
This is such a fun life. I don't like it at all.
Moon, you try to jump up onto a rock, but it doesn't work. You fall flat on your face.
I don't like it.
Now I'm entertained.
It doesn't feel right.
Maybe you've just
Anna,
forgot how to jump.
you stop and look out at the sea. The sound familiar, the waves crashing.
Yeah, it's been it feels like it's been a very, very long time since Tanner has seen the ocean, and I think he's going to be standing and he's going to be kind of taking it all in, smelling the sea air.
But he's still at like the halfling height, well, gnome height. So
Yeah.
if the waves are too tall, you
I
weren't
don't
seeing
know
much.
if he would have noticed, to be honest. If he'd have seen the sea, that would have been the thing. He would have been transfixed.
Cookie, you try to get a sense of the smell of this place, and everything seems dull.
Do you smell that? Nothing.
Well, I
And I'm
smell the
gonna
seaside.
pick up some seaweed that on the beach and stick it to my nose.
See,
Yeah, you
nothing.
smell that. You smell it when you put it right up to your nose. It's taken a while for you to adjust to this new body that you are in.
Yeah, you're in gnome bodies now.
Oh, nobody's.
Nobody's, no.
The trouble I've seen.
And I look at my hands, which are hands.
This feels very strange.
Welcome to Lantan and civilization.
Kai, where and how far away is your home?
I imagine it probably like this is probably like a small bay near the city. Just like too small for any ships or whatever. So like it's mostly just for like the kids and folks getting away from it all. So probably maybe like I don't know, like a quarter mile, maybe a half a mile
Hmm.
to the city.
Is it normal that you have this place to yourself?
No, it's well, I say it's awfully quiet. If there's only like the group of us down here.
Hmm. Yeah, roll perception as you kind of stop and take this in.
I make no promises. Oh wow, that's the first to know.
Yeah. As you look to the edge and to where home is up the cliffside, you can't get a fix on it. You're your focus just loses itself. It looks as if it's there, but it's not there. But you know it's the way home. You know when you're done playing, when you've had the fun and the evening is past and you're pretty sure you're going to get in trouble if you stay much longer. That's the path that you need to take. And yet, when you look at it, you can't quite get it in focus.
Kind of feels like this is only the like only what was in my memory that I donated. I do kind of wonder what would happen if we went outside of the view.
What happened at this point? What was it that made you think of this when you were willing to give this up? You're homesick? You were feeling perhaps that you would be stronger to not remember this?
Yeah, so it's like like having like one less link to like draw you home, so you can like concentrate on the job at hand.
And this thought comes to you: is home there? Can I see it? And just as you did when you had been there, you take off up the hill. Each of you, Adric, Moon, Cookie, Tanner, Ariel, you feel compelled to chase after him. Give me another will save, please.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Wisdom save. Now it's stuck in my head.
I assume you mean wisdom.
Well, at least our rolls are hidden north of the border.
Doing somewhat better.
We're inching up there.
Tanner, you keep up. You seem to have adjusted very quickly to this body, and you're making the most of it. And you're running up the side of this hill. And you as well, when you get to talk, could you give me a perception check, please? As you get to the top of the hill.
I bet.
Perfect. And you get to the top of the hill, you get to a strange place where the light doesn't quite make sense. It looks twisted. In the strange focuses, your eyes just don't quite manage to get everything in place. You look into this and you try to focus and you see something. You see a face, a long nose, dark set eyes, and a white cowl over the head with a black hat on top.
Do I recognise this face?
Just there for a second. You look, try and see it. You've possibly seen plague doctors in the past. Reminiscent.
So I think, I stop kind of on the top of the hill, and I reach out my hand and I kind of stop Kai, put my hand on his shoulder, and I say, I don't think we want to go that way, mate.
Where else is there to go?
Go back to the beach.
Alright. I think it's better. Who knows what kind of weirdness is going on here.
You feel happy, Kai. Home isn't there. It's not where you thought it would be. The path to that memory is no longer there. this brings a sense of peace. You don't feel uneasy about this, I suspect. It was what you wanted, after all. Do you accept that thought and feeling, or do you fight against it?
Sorry, what's that bit again?
We just don't have the same connection to your home anymore. It's gone. That path that you would take to the memory of your home, of your house, just doesn't. It's not there, and it brings you a sense of relief.
Yeah. It's kind of lining up with his motivations for.
Yeah. And as you run down the hill with that sense of satisfaction that home isn't there anymore, the beach in front of you dissolves in your sight, and indeed the beach that you're standing on, those who are still chasing up the hill, the ground beneath you begins to disperse. You find yourself staring once more to white, a bright white light encompassing your entire vision. You're not falling, you're not moving, you're just seeing. You're still breathing, your heart is still beating, your arms are still moving, and you have the sense within your fingertips that you are still whole, but nevertheless, the bright light draws you on.
Tanner, I hope we're not about to spend a romantic evening with your ex-wife.
Oddly enough, I was thinking the same thing.
Is that her?
And as the light begins to recover your sight,
I see.
Tanner, you are in a very familiar home. Next to you, there are fellows of one of your ship crews. There are 5 with you. You're looking at your third wife. She is...
I'm sorry, Kai's just gonna burst out laughing at it.
Somehow, you've managed to
Mother!
end up with this woman, and for some reason, she has come down into one of your favorite drinking establishments, and she is confronting you whilst you are with your crew. Adric, Moon, Kai, Cookie, Ariel, you're sitting on benches in a tavern, and you're looking at a very much younger version of Tanner. I'll leave it up to you as to which form Tanner's crew has taken, but you see this woman standing at the table end, and she is admonishing Tanner for something that he has done. Tanner, what is this? What's this scene that is portraying itself now?
Now, I think the thing here is that she wasn't actually that bad a person, and that Tanner has kind of conjured up this kind of image of her in his own mind, because she was kind of the thing that was kind of tying him down at that time. He thought he could give up the sea, and he couldn't. He'd married, and she was a good person, but he carried on with his old ways. And so that's kind of where he is at the moment. He's in this tavern, and he's drinking with all of his mates, much as he would have done. And he's kind of standing there giving him this kind of ultimatum. And again, maybe it's kind of guilt that he has in the fact that he's basically led her to this, and he kind of knows it. But he's kind of, the way she appears is going to be, she's going nuts. She's kind of there practically with the rolling pin, and is intending to give him a damn good hiding. But it's kind of a caricature, I think. And so anybody that's kind of watching this will probably know that this isn't necessarily an accurate reflection. And that's kind of typical of Tanner for his entire life, I think, in terms of no one has ever been no one is ever really sure whether he's being honest. And he's never even been honest to himself. So he is basically being threatened by his missus. He's got to get back home because, you know, that's where he's supposed to be. He's married. He's got his responsibilities. He shouldn't be out here drinking with all his mates. And Tanner is just staring into his mug of ale, and just not listening at all and completely ignoring her.
So while this is going on,
we may not necessarily know the other aspects of Tanner. They're like, oh, she seems like a right bitch.
Yeah, which is perfect.
and your talking is heard. And she slams her hands down on the table and stares at you, Kai. What figure, what form have you taken in Tanner's crew?
Maybe like one of the taller deckhands.
Yeah,
Just
and
to
she's
shift up the perspective a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, she's staring right down at you. And she says, "What did you say?"
Sorry. I have a bit of a cough and a stutter. I said, my apologies, Tanner. She seems to be a bit of a bitch.
You're right, mate. Why don't you just fuck off back home?
What did
Hey,
you
you're
say?
me after the drink.
And she brings up the rolling pin, and she smacks it over your head, and misses entirely as you block it without any fear. And she says,
Yeah, I know.
Tanner, if you don't get back home this instant, I'm going to the town provost and the priest, and I'm going to get him down here. And you'll be locked up for all that you've done and not done.
You're worse. You should listen to your old man. You should listen to your dad, shouldn't you? Fucking hell, I should have listened to your dad.
He said, you weren't good enough for me. And he was right. And she slams the rolling pin back on the table again. And she turns around and looks at you, Cookie. What form have you taken around this table?
I'm a male dwarf, and I've got, little shorts on and ragged little shirt and vest, and I turn to Tanner and go, now. Wait, that's not a dwarf.
It could be.
No. Is that a way to treat a lady, Tanner?
You show me a lady, mate.
The rest of the bar at this point are taking interest and they've stopped.
Because Tanner's an arsehole.
They've the whole place is now focused on what's going on at this table. Moon, you're seeing a story unfold in front of you. What form have you taken? And what's your physical manifestation in this?
A small, wiry male human. bit of a beard, bit of hair, dressed in vague rags, pretty much. It looks like he just lives at sea. Doesn't really fit in a tavern. But he's eagerly watching this. His eyes are focused.
Yeah. And with that, you hear a giant round of applause and a roar from the folk in the tavern. Probably led by Adric, who's sitting there looking like, I don't know what form he's in, but he seems to be enjoying this rowdy behaviour and whipping up the crowd.
Adric's in the form of a very large man with a peg leg and an eye patch. Look at this cursory. She's got the rolling pin out. She's going to batter the lot of them. And he tosses his cup over to the table.
Excellent. The sound of horses' hooves appear outside. Tanner, you remember this? There was a group of riders who were some sort of merchants arriving in town, and they weren't all that they said they were. You remember this, that they were particularly rowdy, and you started a fight with them when they walked in, and it was as much as an excuse to escape from the situation as it was to actually take these guys to task. The memory, however, does change ever so slightly, and out of the window you see a character on the back on a horse with a strange crow-like beak coming down from his black hat. And the horse rides past as the rest of the riders jump off and into the tavern, unawares of what they're walking into.
Yeah, I'm watching this rider as he goes through the window, with an interested eye, thinking, I've seen him before somewhere. And then the door swings open, and these rowdy guys kind of walk in, and Tanner's blood's already up. And that's when he'll turn around, or that's when I turn around and start throwing some choice insults around at their expense.
And your wife is screaming blue murder at you.
Yeah.
She is trying to drag your body, out of this tavern and away from the fight, and she knows that she's got no chance, but she still attempts to do this, to try to get you to listen, to see reason.
Yeah. I kind of grab her by the shoulders and look her straight in the eye, and I just say, you need to leave. You're embarrassing yourself.
What you didn't notice, and what you perhaps hadn't clocked in your memory the first time, was that it wasn't you who started the fight.
It was Adric.
It was your wife as she walked.
Oh.
As she walked away, she swung at you, just in a fit of rage. Her eyes welled up with tears, and she missed entirely. And instead, she clocks the guy that on the back of the shoulder or such, that wasn't quite focused on you, and she storms out. You watch her go as you see, your focus returns to her back as she leaves, and you look outside again, and just as you're looking far down the street, you see the horse is stopped. You just see the back end of the horse, and your wife walks out towards it. Meanwhile, though, your attention is brought right back to the nearest possible point as a fist flies towards you. Now, how did you fare in this fight? Do you remember?
I'd imagine that Tanner probably, he's not a very physically imposing guy. He probably got the shit kicked out of him. In all honesty. And I also think he probably had other things on his mind, and he wasn't really thinking too much about what was going on around him at that point.
Can I get an athletics check from everybody, please? And could you also please state if you intend to jump in on the brawl?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got it.
Adric would.
Boon's just watching this happen. It's a story. He has first real scene.
So Tanner, you do hold up pretty well.
There's a lot of them, though.
There's a lot of them. And before too long, you fall unconscious on the floor. This is how you remember it. The doors open still, and where you fell, your head can see along the street when your wife is talking to a stranger on the horse. You don't remember this from the last time, and just as you do, your memory fades. All except for Moon. Please give me a save and throw for your willpower. I'm saying it now on purpose. I'm sure I am. Right, go for it. Give me your wisdom saving throw. Give me your best wisdom saving throws.
Oh, here's my very, very best.
My best one.
Would you settle for
Oh, it is my best
slightly
one.
below average?
He did not roll the dice hard enough.
I should shake them next time.
It was better every time that you weren't trying your hardest.
Kai and Adric, if we get a wisdom saving throw from you, please.
Adric.
Nice.
I'm having great rolls today.
You're getting the full experience,
Your
technically.
forte, wisdom save.
Adric, you enjoyed that fight, I imagine.
Yeah.
You win. You weren't used to fighting in such a from such a strange position. Moon, you're sitting there watching this as each one of your colleagues just fall to the floor, one by one, overwhelmed and punched out. The position seems to shift under your feet. Your legs begin to give way under you. The memory of Tanner seems to be fading in front of you. And just as it does, you see a figure standing tall, watching you, a long beak, black set eyes, black hat, stares at you.
I just stare
And-
straight back.
Yeah. And before you can say anything, the scene resets to white once again. Once more, without traveling, you move through time and space, perhaps. And you find yourself in a cave. A dark cave. An overhanging rock. A path that's familiar. You're watching yourself. Each of you. You're sleeping. Everyone's there. Watch is being taken. And you wake up and make your way down the road.
You bastard. Making us relive this.
Okay, it's just a boring memory, isn't it?
And you see Moon ship backwards a bit to check something. Moon, you watch as you approach a white light and reach out and grab that. And you stand there momentarily transfixed. The rest of the group walking forward and down the hill. You find yourselves back at a farm that is familiar. And you see, again, watch the situation unfold. You watch as the giant, right-armed, red-fisted man walks out and finds out what you're about, calls the small jackal type. And so you watch yourselves undergoing that conversation. Adric, you're reliving the stories all over again. You look at each of your colleagues.
Do we all have to be ourselves in this memory?
No, you're floating above yourselves. You're out of body at this point. You're actually just staring down. You're staring down at yourselves, watching it unfold. You're reliving every minute, every hour of this discussion that went on, the path, the walk down.
Please don't make me re-listen to that story again. I didn't think that through, did I?
This is the memory you
I was hoping to be like, oh, look at me, I am a gruff pirate man. Bar, bar, bar. Deep emotional turmoil.
What,
You don't know me very well, do you?
It's like...
Well, to be honest, I wasn't listening, so it's just mumbling, isn't it?
I mean, that's mainly because you need to clean out your ears every once a fortnight.
Oh, no. So... What do I don't want to listen to it again.
And it goes on.
Boring!
And on.
It's worse the second time.
And on.
Oh,
Are we there yet?
Can I give this memory up and reliving it?
And eventually you walk off and you see the jackal trying to cast a spell on you. And you almost remember trying to watch as your hands disappeared and you shake your hands out and they reappear again. And you walk down, and as you look up and follow your figure walking down the path, you see someone else that wasn't there before. Someone standing, looking at you.
What the hell? Who are you?
It's my third wife.
Again?
Explains a lot.
Its head clicks to one side and says, "Interesting.
It wasn't really.
to give up the memory that got you where you are. How very peculiar that you would forget something so recent. Have you no pain that you wish to forget?
I've already forgot most that brings pain to me. And quite honestly, forgetting how I got here is usually how my pub journeys start. I have no need to forget anything. I don't want to forget anything, and that I want to forget I've already forgotten.
Great. We are able to do so much more. Tell me, who were those you were speaking to?
What do you mean? I wasn't speaking to anybody.
He looks at the rest of you as he says that. Your bodies are still floating, down. You're the ones that are floating above this, having the out-of-body experience. Yeah, you're kind of floating. You're not leaving this part. He seems to be somehow stopping you from following your bodies down towards the gate, the rest of the memory. He's interposed.
Right. Well, I always talk to myself. It's the only intellectual conversation I get.
That's a surprise.
I mean, the lowest common denominator is going to work for some.
I have a feeling he's referring to those fellas down there in the farm.
Well, they look like you, so I assume they're you, are they not?
So possible.
They are very different. And their presence here is of greatest concern.
Concern for you or concern for me?
I don't know. How are you feeling about it?
Concern for your journey's end. And concern for me. It will be a concern of yours soon enough.
Well, it's not a concern at the moment.
The
But it's
soul-like figure moves out of the way and behind an outbuilding, just out of view.
What a strange creature. What the hell was he talking about?
I have no idea.
They were not meant to be here, but we are not meant to be here. Nobody is meant to be here.
I didn't want to be here either.
Yes, well, you know why the story is.
This is getting curiouser and curiouser.
Wait, if I've forgot the memory of that, but now I've seen it, have I got the memory back, or have I got another memory that I can give up about that? This
Well,
memory
you've seen a
nonsense is
copy of
very
it.
confusing.
Maybe you should have asked the man with the beak.
I didn't know his name.
Beak face.
You could ask that
Beaker.
also.
What does it matter what his name is?
You wanted to know.
I wanted to know what he was, not who he is. I don't care who he is. What is he doing?
Or you could ask him.
Well, he's gone
Well, you
now.
could, but he's not anymore.
Yeah, you missed your
Well,
chance.
Now-
now behind that building.
Well, now what? What, do we go behind the building? Or do we just...
If you want to ask
Does
some
this repeat
questions,
again?
I think to finish the memory, we must finish the memory.
I can't remember what happened next. I wasn't paying attention.
Wasn't that bit where we camped out under this stuff?
Well, the next bit of the memory is the bit that we're in right now.
And as you say that, you look up and you see your the rest of the group now is walking. Moon has just said farewell. Ariel has stood
Told
up
him he
and-
was rude. Told Adric he was rude.
Yeah, I told you that. Yeah. And the name Wadawick passes.
God damn it! I
through your
thought we
mind.
forgot that one.
What are you
And
doing?
you walk.
It is releasing.
Weirdly.
The rest of the group. Cookies, you're walking down the hill. Your original self, the memory plays out, and you feel yourself at the edge of this as a wave pushes you and pulls you all down the hill, as if the edge of the memory has a boundary that's of physical form, or whatever found way you manifest yourself just now, and it hauls you down the hillside, scooping you up. You could move faster than it, you sense, catch up with your group, but nevertheless you relive the journey down the hillside through the rocks to find the individual who requested that you take an opportunity to relinquish a memory.
I've never noticed how good I look from the rear, you know.
Neither is anybody else.
Definitely a complaints list.
Yeah, and so it is that you find yourself back at the table watching as you have the discussion about the memories and asked about what happens. Adric, you talk about the journey so far. Ariel talks about a river, a traveller. Tanner, you mention your third wife and how you really should keep any part of that, leaving nothing left. Moon, you watch as you walk over and give your spear. Guy, you talk about childhood memories. Cookie, you recount a tale about your mother and imparting wisdom upon you in culinary ways. Each of you sitting down for half an hour focusing on what had happened, and eventually giving them in turn and being told the ways of the travel through the circles of memory. And with that you depart and walk and follow yourselves, if you wish, back down. But this time you don't follow yourself in the tunnel. This time you're within the outside. You are in each the cold, black fog that lifts you along, pulling you somewhat behind. You look down at yourselves. You reach the end, the heads turn, look at you. They seem to be pulling you out. You watch as your bodies merge. You feel drawn back into your bodies. The heads turn and focus on you as you break through the smoke, the mist, and you enter into the form that you're so used to taking. Whilst you were amongst the darkness, it seemed unbearably cold. You were scared that you would be slipping away into nothingness, but these eyes searched and sought you out and pulled you back down into what should be yourselves. And they look, each eye looks and says, "So, you have found your way back so soon. And yet, you have not progressed." They look at Adric, each of them.
Well, it's not my fault. I followed the. This is where else was I supposed to go?
If we ever have to sacrifice any memories in future, Adric doesn't get to pick any. We choose for him.
You don't know my memories.
We just have to pick and choose. We'll just have to get like. I don't want to live through that again.
Let us see if there can be a different path.
What, do you want a different memory?
And with that, again, White and Kai, the same again. Back on the beach. When you're playing pirates, sticks. You run up the hill with Tanner. You get to the edge. Tanner says, well, maybe not that way. And you have a thought, an opportunity, a pause. Tanner, Kai doesn't run with you. Not immediately.
Do we remember doing this last time?
Mm-hmm.
I look
I
back.
have a sinking feeling this could be one of those things where if you don't make the right choice, then you're just going to repeat it.
Beach is this way. What are you waiting for?
I don't know. Something about this feels off. I'm not entirely sure what they're expecting.
Okay, if I make my way back to the top of the hill and look down towards where the town was last time that I couldn't focus, am I having that same? Is that same thing happening?
And again,
Yeah,
you see the figure with the mask, the cold mask.
Yeah.
And he seems to stay in position for longer, observing you.
See that? Colin?
Yeah. What's your game, big face?
Walks forward.
You have some time, but not that much.
Well, if time's of the essence, then we probably shouldn't keep coming back to these places, should we? We get moving.
Yeah. And
Who are
with
you
that-
anyway? Does he reply?
Yeah, just as your vision blanks out, when the beach beneath you whirls once again and the sound of the waves disappears, you hear the echo of a whisper.
Jack Crow.
At least the name's on point. I guess we're going to be looking forward to another fight with your ex-wife, Tanner.
I told you she was a fucking nightmare, didn't I?
She doesn't seem that bad of a woman to me. Maybe you should pay more attention.
Maybe you should pay less fucking attention. How about that?
And you're starting having this argument around the table, of the bar,
could we
almost
stop?
oblivious.
Could we figure this out before the next memory, please?
Oh God, Tanner, the story's coming again. You've got to fix this.
Hmm.
And it rolls past once again the arguments, the discussion. Moon, you observe, and this time, what do you do? You've seen this story before.
Does it seem the same? Is it?
Yeah, apart from a little bit of difference in the way that your group are speaking to each other, but the same events occur. She slams, tries to hit Tanner. He dodges.
Yeah. Can I just grab the pin and just slam it to the table and be like, stop it?
Yeah. Yeah. Is he
There are
done?
more important things going on here.
She screams at you. It's like,
Maybe
you're
we
all
should-
the same. Every single one of you. You're all the same. Everyone. Every seafaring mongrel among you. You've got no respect for the land. You've got no respect for the life, the family. My father was right. Emerald Tanner, you are worthless.
Milady, may I have this dance?
Yeah, I think you'll find we're all quite different, madam.
And
I will show you how a man is meant to treat you, ma'am.
Oh God, I feel sorry for her already.
and you stand up, and
How is he going to dance with a peg leg?
yeah, she stares at you, Tanner, and says, "Look, this is how your friends treat me, with contempt."
So there's you being chivalrous, and she thinks you're taking a piss. Fantastic.
It's always my problem. I don't know why.
Yeah, you're right. So maybe you should just go home, eh?
She slaps you over the face hard. I expect to see you home before the morning. And she storms out. The horses sound in the distance.
Oh, what a bitch.
And
I don't know why I married her, to be honest.
I like that temper.
Yeah, maybe this is the question. Like, I'm picking whatever emotions are driving your memory for this.
Is she single these days, Tanner?
Oh, I fucking hope so.
Memories we are supposed
Yeah.
to give up, yes. Why are we still here? Is there something about this memory that is false, is incorrect? Is there something that keeps you attached to this, Tanner? This memory?
That's
Of course
not. I think you're barking up the wrong tree, because there's nothing that keeps me attached to that stupid story we're about to relive.
And yet we have not lived my memories again. Or
You didn't give up your memory, you gave up a
No,
staff.
mine.
It was a touchstone. Just because I didn't tell you all the story does not mean it was not a touchstone.
Nah, this,
may be
I
in the
remember-
wrong
this
crowd.
plays out exactly as I remember it.
Maybe Jim Crow doesn't know the story either.
Maybe what he was saying before. Maybe these memories aren't of value, so they're no good.
You need to give up more valuable memories?
Well, you...
I wanted us to give up something we don't want to forget.
Yes. That would make sense. I mean, you two are monks. You can release your memories even though they have high value to you without worry. Whereas... that would explain why you're not having to relive them. Because they were of value.
What is it that Tanner? What is it that Tanner would not want to give up in relation to this
old
memory?
I think it's probably the fact that it was all his fault and he was to blame for it all. No, that he would want to give that. That's the way he's projecting. He wasn't to blame, but really he knows he was. So that's the deal.
But maybe that's underpinned how he deals with other people's sin.
Yes. Well, I'm sure it came before that, but this is all part of.
But in my memory, the one I've given up, we are observers. We can't influence it anyway. So if it was about changing it or editing it or manipulating it, how do we do it in one where we're observers?
In your memory, there was a question. It was not a question of the memory. We did not relive the memory. But Jack Crow had questions of you. Of what you remember from it. Who those people were.
So I tell him what? That you're my family?
You tell him everything you remember. There is something missing from the memory.
I see.
The story is not complete if the characters are unnamed.
Tanner, as you're listening to the talk, does Tanner have any epiphany or any form of introspection that might result in a change in what the memory represents?
I honestly don't think he's that kind of person.
Here we go again.
Does Tanner have to be the one to change it?
The door opens,
It
and
is Tanner's memory.
the horseman that you saw,
Yeah.
they walk in as before.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly don't think he would. He'd admit to himself that he was wrong.
Does he? Do you continue to hurl abuse at the horsemen as they walk in?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's obviously he would be angry, and he will take it out on these guys, as opposed to actually admitting that he was at fault. I think he takes it out on them. And we're probably gonna have to go through this again. I'm sorry.
Cookie, what are you doing around the table this time?
I'm trying to figure out why Moon and I's stories haven't been replayed compared to theirs. And maybe it's that we gave something that I don't know, that something that was valuable to us that we didn't want to release, because I'm remembering that didn't the old woman say you need to make some touchstones and really concentrate hard?
She did
I'm
impose
thinking-
that some memories have higher values than other.
Place where memories are a currency. Adric gave them a copper piece.
He didn't even give him that. He basically just gave him an IOU.
Yeah.
A piece of paper.
Here's a stone.
I'll pay you later.
I just found this bit of gravel.
Oh, here's a bit of pocket sand. Just...
Cookie, there's a fight starting, which you got involved with, and you watch as Tanner doesn't quite understand why, as per previously, he only needed to use the bite of his tongue to start a fight, but it didn't happen in quite the same way this time. Moon, you noticed that as well, but you saw what happened when you were watching. You saw that it was his wife who started the fight, really.
She wasn't there this time, she left.
Tanner, what do you do when your best of the vilest insults don't have the desired effect, as you remember?
I think I'm losing my touch. I think in an effort to kind of save himself any more embarrassment, he just orders himself a drink.
Okay. Interesting. Cookie, you watch as Tanner goes and gets a drink and puts it down in front of him and begins to drink some ale. There's no fight this time. Adric. Kai, there's no fight this time. It doesn't happen. You remember there being a fight. Moon, you remember there was a fight, and there isn't a fight this time.
Wasn't there a fight last time? Should we start one?
Well, yeah, we were all part of the fight.
Yes. Part of the fight.
Well, let's recreate it. And Adric throws his cup at a random person and bull rushes the first person next to him.
Yeah, Cookie, duck.
We will start a brawl. Tanner, you watch as Adric in his human form starts a fight, and you look out of the window. As before, you see the horse being ridden by the crow with your wife walking out to them, but this time you watch as your wife walks back. And she looks in the window. And at that point, I'd like you all to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
You didn't say well. I'm amazed.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, Josh, can you make a willpower save?
Well, I didn't actually roll
10?
saving throw, I just rolled a straight wisdom check, but in any
I'll
case,
It's the
it's the
same.
same modifier, so
I'm taking the number.
I'm not
Yeah.
proficient in wisdom. So.
It's a natural one either way.
Yeah.
Moon, as before, you feel the same, your legs going and just generally transferring into the white. But this time, the rest of you don't black out. Well, actually, that's not true. I think maybe Adric, you probably did. But it's not, you know, you started to fight, but there was no kind of major protagonist involved in this one. And just when you made connection with your wife's eyes, looking through the window at you, that's where the memory just blackened. And then you go into this white corridor once again. This time, you find yourself in a whirlwind of memory. But at every point, it always comes back to this image of a spear. So you see a spear, and then you see Moon fighting. You see the fight end, and the spear again, and then another fight with Moon, and coming back and combat all the way back. Moon, how did you learn to fight with a spear? Who taught you? Where did you learn it?
I learned among the shadow dancers of Maztica. We train with the spear, we train with the staff, we train with our fists and claws and tails. But this is not a spear I left Maztica with. This is a spear I found. This spear has its own story.
And you follow through each of these memories, each of these times that you've wielded your spear, and it bounces like a whirlwind, a torrent of experiences. Each of you, everyone, you're experiencing these fights at the speed at which Moon moves and fights. The only person who's not overly disorientated from this is Cookie. And these continued battles fight on and on and on. Each one of them, some victorious, some relying in Moon, perhaps in slightly worse for wear, in a position you haven't seen him in before, getting bested by someone. This sequence, this torrent of memories continues, and slowly each time you focus back on the spear, it seems to be longer and longer, like an orbit just eventually descending and landing onto this one point. A spear in the ground. And you're all gathered around it. Each of you in your own bodies. The spear in the center of the group. You are feeling all exhausted. Not in a D&D sense, but just seeing that amount of energy expended, it's just been absolutely like eye-opening as to how Moon has been proficient with that spear.
Well, there goes that idea that memory was not valuable. Alright, so how do we solve this problem? We're stuck in these memories.
Look around. There's the figure that's been in these memories before, and I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah,
Do we
roll
break the
perception.
spear?
Do not break the spear. I double clicked, sorry.
Yep. On top of a hill with a tree blown to just no leaves and bare wood, its bark barely holding on, the roots all exposed and dry. You see the figure standing, observing, watching.
I look up and stare towards the figure. See if it does anything.
He nods his head.
Your memory is quite clear. What do you want from us?
He's suddenly next to the spear. In front of you.
You are a proficient fighter. And this is your weapon of choice. At least one of them. Your memories are a torrent. Everything associated with this spear that you gave up. If you are a warrior, and you will yet need your ability to fight. And I know that you have not lost that by losing just one of your weapons. However, you will soon be tested. Make sure you stem this tide, lest you have nothing left.
Maybe that's a clue. He said stem the tide and the first memories on a beach.
I think he's being literal. We will need to fight something.
Okay, let's have it. I can fight.
Maybe hold fast to our memories.
Well, but where's your memory? I mean, where's Ariel's memory?
You look again at the spear, and yet again another flood of battles that have been fought flow past each of you in order. It's deafening, it's blinding, and again this cycle continues, this orbit around this spear, these battles, these fights, different ones that you haven't seen, each of them where Moon grows stronger, faster. His prowess improves significantly through the sequence. And again, it slows, and you find yourself back around the spear.
Oh, yeah, Moon, did you have nothing lesser that you could have donated? This is ridiculous.
To pass through the circle, we need something of value.
But
Not
you're
the
going
memory
to
of a
forget
night we
all...
wanted to forget.
But you're going to forget all of these battles, all of these experiences. You're not going to be able to use the spear again.
The battles are not important to me. The results are.
Well, you
The
won't
spear-
remember them.
The spear has its own story. The spear
What if you forget how to
itself
fight?
is a touchstone. I can fight without the spear, but this spear, it is valuable in this place.
Well, if it's valuable, why are we here reliving it?
We are still moving through the memories of this spear, are we not? These fights were different to the fights before.
Oh, how
These
old
fights
is the
were
bloody
before I met
spear?
Older than anybody here.
Oh, for God's sake, we're going to be here for an eternity. And then we've got to relive the bloody story again.
We're only fighting Moon's battles here.
Oh, great.
And with that, once again, you spin round and you begin to go through another sequence. Moon older this time, and beyond the battles that are had, each of them successful, none failed. Some battles short, some longer, some against some pretty remarkable foes. Moon, what was the last battle that you had prior to joining up with these guys?
It was defending a town as I was searching for stories, but this town was attacked by many gnolls, and I had to fight them and stand against a tide of the creatures. The yapping, the savage, biting, clawing, the daggers, swords. And I stood and I defended this town, but I took wounds here and here. The spear is the only thing that saved me from a deadly blow. That was when I knew I needed allies to watch my back. I could not take them alone.
As you look around, you begin to spin round once more, but this time into white. Cookie,
Hello.
you're in a kitchen. There's herbs, spices, beautiful. Your family are around you. Each of you, with Cookie, find yourself in tabaxi form. And you're in a house. Describe it as a home, perhaps, rather than just a house. Cookie, what's the scene here?
Well, the home is actually twofold. The back portion is the home and like a large kitchen that's connected to the front, which is actually a bakery, because my mother owns a bakery and she's well known in the village for her tasty pastries. And we're all gathered round and she's showing all of us, all of my siblings, how to cook. And most of them are, you know, acting up and not paying attention. But I'm completely focused on this. I love everything about it. The smells, the feel of the dough, and the texture of the spices. I'm absolutely enthralled with it.
And your mother looks down at you all, and she just stares at each of you. Clearly, Cookie, as always, paying attention. She smiles lovingly at Cookie, and begins to put some herbs into pouches, into small wraps, and brings them round. And what are the rest of you doing in your form while you're not paying attention to your mother? You should be.
Looking around and sniffing things. It is a bakery. There is food.
Yeah, I might try out some of the snacks this week.
And as you reach forward, the mum just smacks your hand off and says, Not now, not now. Wait, it's not ready yet. Are you not paying attention?" And she ruffles
I am
your
paying
fur.
attention. You're just getting in the way.
Adric has fallen asleep in the bag of flour.
Curled up.
Yeah. Tanner's standing probably at the back. It's been a long time since he's smelt anything being freshly baked or anything like that, so kind of just reveling in that at the back of the room.
And Cookie, your mum is wrapping up pouches and small jars of things, and says to you, This will last you for some time, but make sure you refill frequently. There are places out there, believe it or not, where they don't even know what these plants are, let alone having smelled or tasted them before.
And I take the pouch from her and I hold it up to my nose and breathe it in. And I nod my head and I thank her.
Now, take your brothers and sisters outside. I will finish up here and bring the rest out to you. Be sure to say goodbye to everyone.
And I look around and I'm remembering this was the last time I was with my whole family. And I look
And-
down at the pouch.
Yeah. And as you begin to walk outside, rousing your brother who's asleep on the bag of flour, there's a figure standing down the other end of the town, observing, a long nose, a beak, staring up at you. And he nods and begins to walk towards you. And as he does so, faces appear behind him. Each face behind him is someone of a tabaxi nature. And you don't recognize who they all are. And they walk towards you. He walks with them, the faces behind him. You look in as they approach. They're there and they're not there. The faces disappear and he stands in front of you.
You have traveled the world. You have brought much happiness to those that you have blessed with your skills. And yet, there is sorrow also. For there are so many dead in your homeland. They bleed into this memory. That is what makes this so valuable. There is but one left.
He looks at you and says,
You will forget how to make something that is less, more. The tastes that you have brought, it is more than food. It is society. It is culture. It is community and family. Fear not. If you wish to return, then you need but ask when you meet her.
And I nod.
the picture at this point, the scene, rather than fading to white, fades to green. The memory cookie disappears around you. And you're in a forest, above water, looking down at a young Ariel. A stranger walks up, sits down next to her, tells her stories of places far away, fills her mind, so far constrained by the monastery, so far constrained by the thoughts of the only thing being real are the walls around her. And yet these stories reach into and change Ariel's entire perception of the world. The figure changes in front of you as you're watching the story. The large white beak appears in place of the favoured stranger of Ariel. You're observing this from just above the water. He sits, perhaps cries, and you feel something, each and every one of you, a connection to a power far greater. The power from the water, you recognize it immediately as Eldath. You have no recollection of how or why you know that, but through the connection in Ariel's memory, that power surges through her. It distorts what's around her. It changes what's around her. It suddenly becomes dark and cold. But she shines like a beacon. She's her power is amazing, like nothing you've seen. She glows bright. The face that you've recognized disappears. And you hear a voice in your head. Not long now, my child. Almost there. Give up what you will, but keep on flowing forward like the water. You enter into the river, and she dives off the rock into this cold river, and she begins to swim down fast, the current taking her towards a waterfall. She looks scared, but you feel that strength within her. The waterfall takes her, holds her, pulls her down. Again, the voice. Do you plunge into the water beneath? Ariel pauses. And when we come back from the break, we'll find out what she says.
This is intense.
This is a fun little bit of adventure, isn't it? Wow. Yeah. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
About.
Cool. Right. See you guys in 10 minutes. Go and get yourselves a drink. Go relieve yourselves and make sure you're back here. Otherwise, you'll miss this next bit that's getting really intense. And who knows how long we're going to be stuck in these memories.
Yeah, surprise segue to Eldrick one on the way out.
Back in
Just a
10.
river.
Hello. We're back.
We're back.
Back once again.
The ill behaviour.
Back.
We don't have
the
any
future.
big announcements. I should say, we didn't say it earlier, and it was very rude of us to not have said it. But Scoon, thank you very much for that host right at the very beginning of tonight's stream. It is much appreciated. Hope you're doing well if you're still here. If not, hopefully you'll see this on the VOD and be like, no, we're not doing a dance, because, you know...
Why aren't you still watching?
Ah. Oh, that's the big question.
Yeah. You should be still watching. No, it's fine if you're not. Yeah, we
There's nothing
have...
we can do about it.
Yeah, we did hit another goal, and during the break we did a lovely dance. It's just a shame you missed it. But we haven't got time to fit it in. It's such a shame. Otherwise we would. And yeah, but Croy has insisted, so we're getting straight into the game. Back to Croy.
You watch as Ariel hovers unbelievably on this waterfall. Water that pouring by either side, and she releases herself and plunges deep into the water below. Takes you with her, and she swims to the surface, breaks into the fresh air, and swims to the side. And she looks up, doesn't see you. And a figure walks out from the forest behind her and looks up at you and says,
She has given up so much. The very essence of her spirit of adventure. Yes. This very thing may yet see her wanting to return to this very place, this very time. This is something that frees her. She gives it willingly.
and he looks up and around.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, he looks up at you. And he pauses and looks at the water and seems to be looking for something. You're not quite sure. And he recovers and he looks up.
My name is
Don't you remember?
Jack Crow.
Yeah, you said that already. What are you doing here?
I am the keeper of the third gate.
Oh, can you let
Return
us
to the
through?
circle.
Stop
Perhaps-
playing these games. Tell us what you want.
And you see him looking around. And he's clearly confused. He's searching for something.
What's the matter? Can't you remember?
Something else in this memory. Something that I did not bring. And something that she did not bring.
Who's she? The Queen?
And he gestures down
The cat's mother.
the cat's mother. And you've met the cat's mother. he gestures down towards Ariel, sitting on the bank. She's oblivious to this. And he appears to fix his attention somewhere above you, and yes, how interesting. That it seems our power is almost enough, but not quite enough to break through. My queen is becoming more powerful. Even so, the gods will not be able to challenge her. Her plan's near completion. And
We're not
that-
physical forms at the moment, are we?
No, you're just floaty, ghosty, energy type things. And with that, you are once again transferred out of this. The green disappears into a purple hue this time. You are standing on an island within some space. See something, and it is you're in some sort of space, some part of something transferring. There's energy creating rocks. There's bits of energy floating together, pulling together islands of stone crashing into each other and forming walkways. And at the end of it, you see the figure that you've been talking to, who identifies himself as Jack Crow. I don't know if the map's transferred. Hang on a minute. We'll try that again.
Ooh, still on the green.
It just came through. Yeah, it just came through.
Damn it, sorry. I just moved it. I'll leave it longer this time. It's a big map. And so, yeah, you're standing in this clash of noise that all around you, the energy. And you've seen this before. You've been in a place like this before, where these items are land is forming in front of your eyes. This is part of the space that is used to haul together energy and transfer it between the planes, and this is where you've been moved through to. And at the end of this walkway that's formed in front of you as you've been standing there, there's a figure laughing maniacally through the mask, and you hear this noise just laughing coming echoing through the silence. You're in some sort of plane, but it looks unlike where and what you've seen. There's still a dark shadows, and you still see some lights passing, but the main noise is taken over by fast air being expelled by crashing boulders and rocks, and as they form, they seem to make walkways in front of you, expanding at quite a rate. And you hear on the wind, "Yes, she is almost complete, and she has no need of you."
How far away is he?
He's
I
quite a bit.
mean, for someone who's supposedly all powerful, she apparently needs quite a lot of ego boosting. Unlimited cosmic power, itsy bitsy, self-confident.
She Yeah, and so the voice just you hear, and it just watches parts of the land appear, and in the darkness of the shadows around you, the black that you recognize from within the tunnels, you see that expanding outwards, and as it expands outwards, give me a roll of perception to see what you guys are clocking in the shadows around you.
Probably nothing.
Yeah, Tanner, Adric, Moon, as you're staring at this movement, this turmoil that's blasting around and expanding outwards, and the land that rushes in to fill, you stare into this and you see Mastica, Moon, you see Neverwinter, Adric, you see the Dwarven Holds, you see Thongalur, you see the places that you've been, Tanner, the boats, the sea. All of this seems to be getting drawn into this, and as it expands outwards and in, you takes hold and becomes something and smashes into the side and expands further this platform as it grows in speed. The ability of you are whole, you are complete. But the guardian of the third, possibly the final circle of memories, stands in front of you, and he is calling you worthless.
Right. Should we run now and kill him, or do you want to stand around and work a plan out?
Yes, I think time is of the essence here.
Yeah.
Great.
To run forwards.
Ask questions later.
Yeah.
Adric will start running as he has come accustomed to.
Shame it's not uphill. You could have used your hands. It probably would have been quicker.
For fuck's sake. You give one little bit of backstory and it's just thrown in your face every fucking time.
And we can cut the long story short if you wish. And you make your ways forward as he just continues to disregard you. So just walk as you are. You're charging forward, right?
You stop right there, Adric.
I can get to him in 6 seconds, so...
It takes Adric about an hour.
Yeah, you stay there until the rest of us are across the other side of the map, all right?
He stops in the middle, has a break. Probably a short rest in the middle.
240 feet of him.
Yeah.
Hey, Adric.
Leave a piece for me!
So Moon, you're first to get within about, like 60 foot, 70 foot of him.
I can get up to him, I want to know if he's going to react as I run towards him.
Yeah, he shouts, he begins to shout something at you, and he says, "You are not getting past. This portal leads directly to her fortress. And I cannot let you pass now. Yes, your memories are valuable, but they have come too late.
She has no more need for people, for she has ascended. And you will be her first.
We're here to unascend her. That's the
Descend.
word, right?
Descend. Yeah.
And you
I
know
think descend quite well.
Well, we'll just take our memories back, and you can get out of our.
You can keep mine.
I can't remember what I gave you.
I don't want it.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah. Okay. So as you get towards Moon, you are moving, continue to move. So I'd like everybody to roll for initiative as the first strike is thrown.
Remember to select your tokens,
Yeah, I mean,
people.
I can strike from here.
I can also strike from here.
Wait, what? Okay, apparently I rolled a 5 and not the 13 that I see in front of me. Okay.
I rolled a 13. Maybe you're seeing mine.
Yeah. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to put Ariel in on this. But she gets to play a slightly, because she's not here to defend herself. And none of us are brave enough to get her killed.
I am.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
So we'll add
You
Ariel
guy.
in. But yeah, Mark, have you got access to her sheet? Do you want to?
I do.
I don't.
I
Oh,
do.
you don't. Okay.
I
Oh, I
do.
don't know. Maybe I do. I don't know. I've not looked.
Hang on.
Oh,
No.
no, I don't.
I'll add you.
I do.
I do.
Yeah, give it to Josh. He knows what he's doing.
I've already got it.
Yeah, don't give it to Andy. Yeah.
I mean, this will be the most impressive round Ariel's been in, because you'll know how to use all the spells.
Oh, that's mean.
I mean, yeah, you just hope she doesn't hear the. She doesn't watch the VOD.
No,
No, it's fine. We'll clip it and
I
send
do not
it.
have access to Ariel's sheet. I used to have access to it. I do
You
not
do
now.
now. Yeah,
There you go.
You should have now, yeah. And we'll bunch her a bit further forward as well.
I think if Ariel
Excellent.
could speak, she would want Adric to be in charge.
Sure.
I
think we can all disagree
can't
with that
speak as it is.
Yeah, I think it would have been something like, "Yeah, let's have Adric in charge."
Okay. So as you see the formation of land around you in this strange and space covered with the black mist that's ever expanding away from you, carrying with it parts of the world that you know and love. Moon.
I don't know how far up I could have moved. I mean, Moon moves quicker than Tanner. Tanner can do his sprint bonus action
Yeah,
thingy or whatever. I don't know whether I could have got there any quicker, but
I'm happy
Alright.
to say that
Dash is an action, dash is a bonus action. You've got
Yeah.
essentially
Yeah.
3 times your speed,
yeah,
which is what, 90 foot, 100 foot?
something like that. Yeah, 90.
and I think for
It's 300 foot across, essentially, because that's the extent of my speed. I can just get to this square.
Okay, right. I'll get there in 3 rounds.
I don't know if you ran all the way. Did you pause at any point to stop to speak when you reacted?
Yeah, they did
You
because
began to shout at you.
Adric got to the stairs.
Moon didn't pause, Moon just went the entire way.
Okay.
So he figures he wants to get through this portal.
What I'll do, Moon, will give you and him first dibs, and Adric, I'm gonna just put you,
He jumped. He
You're in the
jumped.
back,
Okay.
mate. Yeah.
I'm gonna put you a little
He
bit. I'm gonna
springboarded
put you
off
just a wee
somebody.
bit further. I'll put
He
you a wee bit
springboarded off
further
Tanner.
back. Yeah. I
You're
don't-
you're just at the bottom of the steps.
He went. Well, he didn't run down the steps. He slid down on a shield that was lying at the top.
He ran
of the steps.
down on his hands.
That's why he moves so fast. Yeah. And maybe I tell you what, Adric, you did shout first. Are we going to attack him or what? So let's say
I was already running when I said that.
you were
yeah.
already running. There we go. How about that? Because
It wasn't much of a fucking question then, was it?
I agree, boys.
And then Moon saw you. And
Are we
Moon
going to
just
attack him up? Are we not?
He's already gone.
already charging forward. So you get this sign. Every so often you get these large collisions, and the whole platform shakes as the next bit of ground expands outwards and towards the ever exploding ground that's coming out of it. Right, anyway, on that note, Moon, what do? You've approached this character.
Yes. I'm just going to strike him.
Yes.
I have no interest. For a second, he steps as if he's going to swing a spear, then clocks on and just converts it into a kick.
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong page, 1 second.
Yep, so you hit him.
Hits. Yeah, then I'll just bonus action another hit,
Okay.
which is a miss.
Yeah.
And then, essentially what I'm trying to do is get him to step out of the way so everybody can get past, but mostly I just want to get through there. So I'm trying to more or less knock him to the side rather than really deal damage.
Yeah, so you hit him for a fair whack, and he takes that. Actually, surprisingly, when you do make contact with him, this guy feels every part of the warrior. You don't get the sense of any frailty underneath the robes that he has on. Yeah. Okay, so that's your attack. Cookie.
Okay. I am going to move up here next to him. And would my dash count as my action or no? Can I still attack?
You can dash as a bonus action because you're a monk.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're doing 2 dashes, if you do 3, it would count.
It'll cost you 1 key to dash as a bonus action because it's Step of the Wind, but you can do it as a bonus action, then you've got time to punch.
Okay, I am going to take my hand and bring one fist back and then thrust it forward. Bam!
Yep, you hit him.
Sweet. And then immediately after that, bam!
You hit him again. It's damage right on that. This.
Yep,
Aye, okay,
1d8
you rolled ones.
dice.
You rolled ones. Okay, yeah.
Ouch.
So you hit him, pop, and yeah, he takes the hits, laughing the whole way. Anything else from Cookie?
That's it.
Ariel? She's not allowed to die? No, that's not true. It's your responsibility.
I'll step forwards. 1 second, sorry. I'm preparing spells. You'll have to give me a moment.
You're doing well.
5, 10, 15.
We can go to Adric.
Whatever. Go to Adric and come back, yeah, please.
Yeah. Adric?
Right. 35. I mean, it's just going to be Adric getting up the stairs. 5, 3, 6, 75. Yeah. He didn't even get up to the top of the stairs. Sorry. He's coming up the stairs.
Okay. Realised that your cat hugs are. Anyway, it's fine. We'll go with it. You are charging forward. Ariel.
Ariel moves forwards. Sure it did. And then she would have cast Bless Magic if he was here, but it's great. She'll cast Bless on Kai, herself, and Tanner.
Okay. You are now blessed.
But casting is pointless right now. So Kai, Ariel, and Tanner are blessed. So plus 1d4 on any attack roll or saving throw until the spell ends. So for the next minute.
Ooh.
10 rounds. For the next 10 rounds.
Technically speaking, Adric would have been there.
You walked away.
You changed the order.
We're on the same number. You can change the order freely.
Oh, shit, we were on the same number, weren't we? Bollocks.
Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to prepare 17 spells here. You'll have to give me a second. That's everything from Ariel.
Yeah.
Why are they not already prepared? Come on, Josh.
Also, why is Ariel now stood inside of a giant hole that's leading to nothing? Have you just killed her?
There's no fall damage if there's no ground.
There's something covering that. There's clearly a frame around it.
It's a glass floor.
We've also all
a
just
bubble.
resized, and I'm now very confused.
I know the enemy's got really fat now, though. Oh no, he's got skinny again. Never mind.
Don't fat shame the crowbar.
Yeah, there's a glass over that particular thing.
Just
It's not-
puffing his feathers up.
Boo.
Yeah. This is the magic of the place. As it grows larger, you guys grow smaller.
Damn it! I knew I shouldn't have ate that biscuit.
We'll go with it. We'll use it. Right. It's a big map.
Yeah, shrank the adventure.
Is there a vial near me that says "Drink me" by any chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, it spills ironically with acid. I'm gonna launch move forward, and then I'm gonna launch 3 Eldritch Blasts at Crow.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's in melee, so I'll have to do with disadvantage.
Shoot the cat.
But which one? That's the disadvantage.
You hit.
Yeah, I guess the 12 just flies off into space somewhere, and then one good hit and one lands. He whiffed it.
Okay. Yeah. Tanner.
I'm a little confused as to where I actually would be at this point.
Well, you're definitely faster than
Adric.
but he did take off before you.
I started sooner.
He
So-
did, but I
but
get
I-
to move 90 feet around.
Exactly. So I think he just
25.
I think you caught up with him, and then he just overtook
Yeah, but
in
you
that
slowed
round,
down
so-
as you got near him just to make fun of him.
Oh, actually, I'm running alongside,
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
trying to G him up. Come on, Adric,
Yeah,
you
go
can do
on,
it.
yeah.
Come
Go
on,
faster,
Adric.
go-
I mean,
Come on,
you
lad.
could probably,
Come on, lad.
you could probably run around him once and still move faster than he does on around.
I've actually turned around. I'm running backwards, going, "Come on, Adric, come on!"
up the stairs on your hands.
Work that to the leg.
God damn it.
Yeah. So you're up next to Adric.
Yeah, that's me done.
No, I mean you start next to Adric. How about that?
Oh,
Run
okay,
over.
okay, right.
Yeah, go on.
In that case, I'm going to run forward. 1, 2, 3. Puts me there normally. Can't get close. I'm going to use a bonus action to get here if I can, and hopefully
Yeah.
next round I might actually be able to do something.
Oh, that'd be nice for you.
Yeah, I'm obviously shouting encouragement to Ed all the way, cheering him on. I got the pom poms out, waving him on. A D R I. Kind of. The end of my turn.
Okay. So, the first thing that this guy does is he looks at you all around, and everybody within 30 feet of him. Could you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Ah, I'm 9 feet.
Is this a poison effect?
It's necrotic.
Thank you. Rolling.
Oh well.
Monk things. Is it a poison?
Just so tragic that I couldn't even get to him. But I still get within range of the.
Ha.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
You walked too close.
That's karma for you.
Yeah.
So, Tanner, you take 24 points of necrotic damage as
Ouch.
your insides begin to broil.
Broil.
That's not a good word for your insides.
And blacken. Yeah, that heart.
It just matches heart. It's not a problem.
Okay. What he does next
Shock you.
is he begins to cast a spell. And that is a spell that he casts upon himself.
Mary, I'll identify the spell. It's too far away. Ignore me.
Yeah. So a barrier appears.
Oh.
Yeah. And that happens. And yeah, that's kind of that's all he does at the moment. Yeah.
It is a concentration
Okay.
spell.
It is a
Yeah.
concentration spell. That means if you punch him in the face, he'll stop concentrating on it.
Potentially.
Too bad you're
Yeah.
outside the bubble.
Kick him in the ghoulies.
Okay. Moon.
Yes. I'm within the globe of invulnerability, so I'm ignoring it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to punch him in the face, unsurprisingly.
Mm-hmm. Second attack hits.
Can you make a Constitution save, please? I'm attempting a stunning strike.
So
that's a fail. He's considered stunned.
So he uses one of his legendary resistances, and
Avoid
he
it.
chooses to succeed. So
Makes sense. Still needs to make the concentration save because he took damage.
That's true. Yep.
And then bonus action, I'm going to hit him again, and I will attempt to stun and strike him again.
Okay, that hits for 10.
Make another con save, please, or
Yep.
another legendary resistance.
10 again, yeah. So he burns a second. He's
That's
feeling like
fine.
you're trying to do something and he's not sure what. He's just
Another concentration
it.
check as well.
Yeah, yeah. See.
How come you hit harder than I do?
What was it? Wisdom or intelligence I should be rolling here?
It is Constitution. It's always Constitution for concentration.
Oh, hang on. That's what I did.
Con for con. There you go.
There we go.
DC is 10, so
Yeah.
it's mostly irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, it's just the damage, isn't it? Yep. That's what I rolled the first time.
Damage
Yep.
or 10, whichever is higher.
Yeah.
Or half damage or 10. But in this case, it's going to be 10 because you're getting hit by a monk. So
Okay.
I'm done.
Cookie.
All right. I feel repeat coming on here.
Hit him.
All right. I too am going to use a key point and try and stun him. All right. Bam. Bam.
Okay. So that's 2 hits.
Oh, sure. Where are the ones?
That's
Where are the ones?
and then the last one for the second hit.
Oi!
So he burns his last legendary resistance
Oh.
to try and fight that one off.
All Cookie's damage should be +1. Just take 2 more points of damage. Which is why I hit harder
'cause
than
of
you, Cookie.
less.
All of your damage
Yeah.
is 1 down. Your fists are a monk weapon for
And he-
obvious reasons. So you add wisdom as well as
He
dexterity.
loses his concentration as well with that last.
Yeah, take them down, guys.
Yeah, we're working on it.
All right, and then can I disengage and scoot away a little bit? Like so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I shall do that.
Okay. Anything else from Cookie?
That's it.
Ariel.
Everyone's gonna move forwards 30 feet. Well, that feels slow playing monk, actually.
Welcome to the club.
Poor Adric. She's gonna die.
If only he knew what moving 30 feet around felt like.
And unfortunately, that's it for Ariel because nothing helpful at this range.
Okay. Adric.
Adric will use his action to run as fast as he can, which should get him there.
As fast as he can.
His little legs go really fast.
Go for it.
Little lag mode.
That is Adric's turn.
Kai.
Okay, he's gonna move a little closer and repeat. The joy of a 25-foot movement rate. I also need to remember to add the D4 for bless on these if they get close. Yeah, I guess that for the 13 I'll add the 1d4. So with that 17 hit for the third one.
Does that
Yep.
get through the globe of invulnerability?
It's down.
You got knocked out.
Oh, did it? I missed. Sorry, I missed that. Even better.
Phew.
Okay.
That was almost a waste. Whiff, whiff, boom.
Nice solid one.
Thanks,
and
Bless.
twos.
I was half expecting a 3.
Right. Any more from Chiron?
No, I'm all done.
Aye.
That's me. I blew my
Tanner.
load.
Yeah, so Tanner gets to finish his run and kind of jumps into the air and brings the rapier down, trying to stick this guy through the neck. I get to bless as well, don't I?
Yep.
Yep.
Who knows? Oh, fuck.
Just one more.
So you are attempting to attack, and thanks very much to your bless, you hit him.
Interesting. In that case, I'd like to use that sneak attack as well and
Yeah.
let him have the 40 points of damage, if I may.
I wouldn't say that was very sneaky.
Yeah, but he's a
What
swashbuckler.
are you-
It doesn't need to be sneaky. It needs to be
Yeah.
I was swashing books at the time, and he didn't see it coming.
Definitely not. You are attacking with a what exactly?
Rapier.
A rapier, just a regular common or garden rapier.
Yeah.
When's he stick?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You hit him and you stick it in him. But yeah. Okay. Doesn't seem to flinch when you do it.
I don't think it's.
I got nothing else. So, so
Definitely don't think he stuck it in right.
yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
she
what, you were
said.
expecting me to find a hole that was already there? What?
Wait, what's
That'd
happening
be
over there by the
painful.
port?
Okay. Yeah, Jack. He laughs, and you feel behind you a very warm blast of air as he uses his voice and his hands to bring forth fire behind you.
That's disconcerting.
Sorry?
That's disconcerting.
Yeah. The finger pointing happens, and I'd like you all to make a dex saving throw, please.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 people are losing their eyebrows.
Don't forget your bless. If it makes a difference.
I think he's already succeeded.
Yeah. So, Cookie and Tanner, you both managed to get yourself out the way pretty much, so you're going to take half damage. Adric and Moon.
Takes no damage. Evasion.
I'll be using evasion, so I'll
Okay.
take nothing.
Okay, so you
We got
Take no
nothing.
damage because evasion.
I want evasion.
Monks have got evasion. Evasion's base for monks.
Had you not been evading, Adric, you take 26 points of fire damage.
How?
If you'd been evading, and you succeeded, then you take none. If you evade, do you still take none?
Evade
Or
and you
do
fail, you take half.
You take half, yeah.
So Moon takes 13. Cookie and Tanner take nothing.
We pull a matrix. Wow, wow.
He's not done.
You bullet timed the fire somehow.
He
I like the noises.
He attempts to claw Moon.
Well, that's rude.
He uses his paralyzing strike.
That's even more rude.
Which does this? Is it going to work? Is it going to roll? 30 to hit.
I mean, that's going to hit, yeah.
Are you sure?
So,
pretty confident.
Damage. 4.
Oh, wow.
Can I get a Constitution saving throw from you?
4. Nice. Is this a poisonous effect? I'm going to ask.
Paralyzing effect.
Necrotic attack. Okay, you fail and you're paralyzed.
Roger that.
Unless you've got any other monk stuff you can chuck at it, you will get.
No, it's not poison.
You'll get a chance to repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turn.
Understood.
And he casts yeah, you hear a scream from behind you. Those of you that are around you, those of you who are far away, you hear it from in front of you. You hear a scream. Right, Moon, you can do another attempt for save at the end of your turn, which you are. Yep. Cookie.
Okay, I'm going to run up here. I'm going to try a double kick. I jump up and bam, bam.
Yep, both hit.
Sweet.
Fixed Cookie's damage numbers, so they're correct now. So don't add anything to that.
Nice. I'll do it. Got you. Thank you.
Why aren't my numbers correct?
You weren't adding wisdom to monk weapons.
Thought they were low.
You add your wisdom modifier to damage for monk weapons, which is a 1 for Cookie, but it's a 1 at least.
Okay. Any more from Cookie? You notice?
Yep, I'm going to spend a key point and bam, bam with my hands.
Oh, pow.
Yep, both hit.
Sweet. Those were right in the chest. One, bro.
Okay. Ariel.
30. Oops, I double click the token. I'm gonna dash again because I'm just out of range of being able to do anything here.
Okay.
So I'll just dash us up to there and done this turn.
Adric.
Yep. Actually, he's gonna go into rage.
Hey!
He's finally got somewhere. And he's gonna go into a reckless attack for this first barrage.
Okay.
So I'm getting advantage on these, but it will mean any attacks against me gain advantage until my next turn. Yay. So first attack.
Oh.
Second attack.
Yep.
That's some nice numbers.
I'm assuming they're both hitting.
Yep.
Damage on the first. Damage on the second.
Right. Yeah, that definitely connects. He does not appreciate that, and the roars and the laughter change at this point to something altogether different as blood begins to gurgle in his throat.
And that's Edric.
And out of the small hole that was made by the rapier. Gyron.
And I carry on moving. And then unleash another volley. See if we can try and do a bit more significant damage.
Yep, both hit. 3 hit. Yep, 3 hits.
Cool. I set it to auto roll damage as well. That's all up there. It's a nice, solid 3-hit combo.
Yeah, and it's enough. You streak these in, and they land firmly, each one. You see his body getting racked in front of you, and he stares at each of you, and he just says, "This is a memory you'll not forget." And his just body goes limp in front of you. Not in the same way that it does when you kill people, Tanner. Like, just, I don't know, strange. It kind of hangs there as he speaks, and then...
Like so it cut his string.
And then he falls.
Is there still a body?
You kick in front of you. Adric, yep. There's still a body.
Okay, Adric's bringing the hammer down on the head.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just... explodes. All over everybody's ankles.
Right. Well, now he's taken care of. What now?
Onward.
Through there, I guess.
There's only one way.
And Adric's already set off running towards the gate.
Yeah.
I'll walk past him.
You bastard.
I go back for Ariel.
And then
And
gets
then walk
back before
past
he
him.
gets to the gate. Oh dear.
Aye, and you enter into the portal. All this time, the land around you has expanded almost as far as you can see. The distance, the black shadow is dispersing even further away, and the land is complete around you. And you take a step into the portal. As you do, the feeling of the cold, the dread of the Shadowfell returns. You know you've immediately been transported back into somewhere very real. You're standing in a huge hallway, pillars reaching up into the sky, hundreds of feet above you, Gothic architecture in its extreme, black floors, pillars with manners of beasts carved around them, ravens you hear everywhere. Feeling of absolute dread falls on each of you as you feel huge force focusing itself upon you, and energy the likes that you've never experienced. Could I please have a saving throw from each of you in the variety of wisdom?
Come on.
The pertinent question here is, did someone push Moon through that portal? Because he's still paralyzed.
Yes, I dragged you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I could have done it on my way through because it took me several turns to get to the portal.
I
Don't
guess all the way
forget,
there
guys.
just shoves Moon over.
Don't forget to roll for aerial.
Yep.
Aye. Okay. And could I get one for...
Wow.
Thank
I
you.
had to load another sheet.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate that. You
Adric's the
all-
wisest.
That's a change.
You all
Keep that.
Ooh.
find yourself with a sensation of being crushed. If the memories that you've given up already are anything to go by, what you're witnessing now is your entire life in memories faster than your brain can comprehend, passing through and from you. You hear a voice that says, "Yes, you will do. You've come here and given yourself a new beginning as one of my chosen."
Chosen for what?
You wish to begin anew and forfeit all of this as I ascend. Bring our worlds back together as they are supposed to be. Do you give all of that which you have become to be something new?
No. We're here to kill you.
Here to end this madness.
And perhaps you would like to see how far this madness has taken me. And
No, I'd just like to kill you.
you
Way to give it away there, Adric.
you're given a
There
vision.
goes the surprise round.
You're given a vision of the Sword Coast, the places that you know, Lantern, The colder North Luskan, the warmer climes of Mastica, you see these places begin to vibrate and change, like a giant earthquake has begun in every part of it. The world shaking, vibrating, as new shapes form where there were none. Giant stones, grey and black, jutting, bright and colourful. Mountain forests begin to appear on the tops of them. The merging of the material plane, the Feywild and the Shadowfell has begun. And we'll find out what happens next week in the halls. No, next fortnight in the halls of the Fortress of Memories.
Ooh.
Wow.
For the showdown.
It's all been building to this.
We're just there to kill them.
Not even.
I think we're there just to distract her, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, killing is a
Adric doesn't know about the
distraction.
plan. Adric is the distraction. Go get him, boy.
Well, if she thinks we're there to kill him, that is a good distraction, is it not?
I 100% think that regardless of what we say, Adric is convinced he can kill a god.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
I
So
would,
that is not a
I
distraction.
would love it to succeed. Be like, well, shit.
God, he already planned it.
Adric's now the god of the.
We'll see if he can survive one turn.
Look, Adric is now in his prime because of all the exercise he's getting from all this running, okay? So he's deadly. You don't know him. Well, thank you very much, Cry, as always, for a very interesting game. If anyone wants to catch up, we'll be back in 2 weeks to continue this chapter. If you missed anything, do go check out our YouTube. All the videos are there for you to catch up on if you have missed it. If you're watching on YouTube, come over to Twitch before we're live. Otherwise, go watch the next one if you're watching this in like a few months' time. Who knows? We'll be back on Friday with a game.
Carbon.
Carbon. Is it Carbon? Ooh,
Carbon.
is it a new Carbon or is it?
Yeah.
Is he finishing?
Yesterday.
We did.
Yep.
Oh.
Wait, Andy, are you saying you flashed up the calendar but didn't read it?
Yeah, of course it did.
We have 4 lines left in this month.
Well, there's a. I don't know. I didn't check it.
Quick, frantically get up the calendar and try and cover while you're looking for it.
Mimo, what are you going to be up to over the next week? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitch and YouTube, Mima the Geeky Granny. We're having fun on the TikToks, Mima TGG.
Ooh. Ooh.
And-
TikTok.
Yeah, we're doing the TikToks. I recommend that if we have any clips or stuff, get them up on the TikToks for Infinite Monkey Tales. Yeah.
It's huge markets. Wow, cool.
Andy,
Check
we
out
got a new job for you.
Oh.
Check out Mimo over on Mimo the Geeky Granny on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Awesome. I am going to be streaming tomorrow some No Man's Sky in virtual reality with my Deca move hopefully working. So that's been fun. Continue the grind there. Beautiful world in VR. Absolutely amazing. So looking forward to that. And then back to Twitch next through the weeks. See, we've got some new games. Going to be playing the Blair Witch Project in VR on Monday. New game. Don't normally do horror. We'll see how that goes. It might be scary or it might not be like the film.
It
where
may
somebody
be.
needlessly throws the map away. I mean, just why? Why did they do that in the film? Always irked me. I don't know.
Because it needed to happen.
Yep.
That's why.
God damn it.
Common sense would be a lot less horror movies.
Oh God. So it also wouldn't be that scary.
Are you back to streams, or has work still got you by the short? And Lloyd's no streaming.
Lloyd is scared that you even mentioned such a thing.
There's a momentary look of terror upon his face.
Yeah, I should get to it back at some point. I'm doing a charity stream in October that I need to work a schedule out for.
Oh yeah, you're doing your charity.
Yeah, for the Edinburgh Children's Hospital.
You did great last time, didn't you? You're right.
I have an official T-shirt this time around.
Ooh.
See if I can still fit into it after all this lockdown nonsense.
They should have given me a year ago.
That's fine. You can just stitch it onto the front of another T-shirt. People won't see you from the front. They won't notice.
Croy, you're running your Monday sessions still, aren't you?
Yeah, D for IMT, taking a break because it's once every 2 weeks, so not Monday. Monday after that. It's going really well. We're getting back into the battles and wars against the Sats. I can't even remember Saugen. I'm not even sure how you pronounce it.
Oh, Wagon.
The Wagon.
Oh no, the Swagon.
I've played D&D online.
I will send you the audio file that I recorded for someone else about the different ways to pronounce Swaggin, because nobody can agree, including the people that wrote the word.
Excellent.
But I've got it somewhere.
If anyone's interested on Tuesdays, our club's still going. We are getting into Agents of Concordia now. We created some characters. We guys got into some amazing, very awkward role-play conversations that happened. Having to deal with supervisors was the main hour-long conversation. But yeah, if you guys want to drop in on that, you are welcome to join into the chat room on our Discord and listen in. And if you want to get involved, there's still room. You want to roll up, we'll roll up. We'll be doing Agents of Concordia for the next couple of weeks, and then we will be looking at another system. So keep an eye out for that. I don't think we've decided yet what we're going to do after Agents of Concordia, but I think Mark has already got something lined up. Yes, you are now.
Yeah. I think I was looking at the D sanction, wasn't I, or something?
Yeah.
And I'm running a Call of Cthulhu game for some new peoples on the
Yes, you are. Got that coming up.
September.
Stargate's going to be starting soon, guys. We're not sure.
Look, we've heard that before.
We heard that in April.
Yeah, there's this thing about
it's just an ongoing joke now. It's a gag. Well, it's never going to stop.
Yeah, we're not sure if the new game will start first or when they reboot the TV show.
But yeah, we're not sure at the moment whether or not it'll be streamed. So it's really down to who's playing it and the time, because we all have commitments and time is not a stretchy, wavy line as the Doctor would make us believe. So yeah, that'll be kicking off at some point, and we've got a ton more games. So if you're interested, want to get involved, do join our Discord. Do get into the looking for group section. Or just talk to us. We're always there. We're always talking. Usually about random cat pictures and whatnot.
Sometimes we're talking. Sometimes we're just throwing.
Sometimes it's just him and gifts. It's 50% gifts at the moment.
In gifts.
Yeah.
Gifts are a wonderful thing. But yeah, we're going to go now because it's late for us. But we are going to send you over to Dork Tales now. Dork Tales are doing an amazing charity event at the moment. So when you get over there, if you can help them in any way, please do. But I'm sure they will appreciate you just turning up and saying hi, and being the brilliant guys that you are. So spam the Dennises and the Franks when you get there. Let them know where you came from, and we will see you again soon. Good night, everyone, and we hope you have the rest of a good weekend. Goodbye.